Okay, so I've been saying forever that I'm going to make a tour video for Escher, so I'm going to finally do it now. I'm currently the VP of Relations right now, but I won't be doing it again, I think. So I'm making a tour video, first of all, for people who can't make it for in-person tours, just for like future use. And also because I think it'll be useful for like future VP of Relations people to watch. And I have two projects, like group projects that I have to do work for that I don't want to do work for, so I'm here now. So I always start tours over here. Also, this is not a selfie stick, it's actually a broom I took from the laundry room that was broken. Okay, I don't know, I just think that's kind of genius. Okay, usually I start tours over here in the basement, so we go from this end all the way to the other end. This is the Ren basement door that goes outside. So this is the outside. Okay, so this door outside doesn't lock, but this one does. And we can't share the door code, so I hope that didn't get in the video. If it did, I will edit it out. Okay. So the first thing we have is this bike room over here. So basically we have a bunch of bikes in here. If you don't label yours, it is assumed to be guff, so you do have to label it. That's basically it. Okay. Oh, and we do have more bike storage over there too, and you are also allowed to store your bike outside if you want to. So yeah. Okay, this is one of the kitchens. It's Ren. Does anyone want to view my video?
Sure.
I'm making a video tour.
Video tour?
If you guys don't want to, I won't. I just feel like it's weird
I'll
to
be in it, but I don't want to get up.
Okay.
On record.
This
Hello?
is Cal. Okay, what was I doing? Okay, yeah, the kitchen. So we have a bunch of fridges over here, and they have things in them. There's some regularly stocked items. So there's a bunch of like salad bar ingredients, which are basically raw vegetables, yogurt, jam, milks and alternative milks, butter, raw eggs down here, and then there's also usually like lunch meat and ham. There's also some things I didn't point out, but there's, yeah. And then over here, there's a bunch of leftovers and also breads. Leftovers from dinner, I mean, and these are like more frozen breads and also waffles and stuff. Okay. And then over here, we have more frozen things. And there's also like veggie burger things, and there's also like salmon burgers. And then same thing here, more leftovers. Over here we have a bunch of condiments and spices and also gloves because you have to use those when you're getting food for dinner. So speaking of that, this is how we usually go through the line at dinner. So you take one of these gloves and then you go over here and take one of these clean trays and put some silverware on top. And then you put it all on here. Over here there will be a bunch of like salad bar things. And there's usually bowls here, so you take a bowl from here and then you get your salad. Shoot. And then there will be a stack of plates here, so you take a plate and then you get your entree. And then usually there's desserts over here, and then there are cups over here, and then you can get whatever drink you want. We have two coffee machines in here. There's also an espresso machine in Okeefe, but we don't have one in here. And I also forgot to show over here, there are toasters and also a community press and a microwave, of course. Oh, and also we have a bunch of cereals back there, so a lot of people like to eat those for breakfast. Those bins are all cereal. Okay. I think that's it for the, oh, one more thing. So this is a thing for save meals. Basically, if you're not going to be here during dinner one day, you can put in a card with your name, your room number, and any dietary restrictions you have. Usually I'll like show an example one, but since this is probably going to be on the internet somewhere, I don't want to do that. So yeah, but you put one of those in, and then when you get back, the cook shift will have made a meal for you and put it in the fridge. And this is just good because like sometimes things will run out. Like if there's like a meat dish that's popular, it might run out before you're there, because otherwise you can also get leftovers from inside the kitchen. It's just sometimes things run out, so it's good to have a safe meal. Okay, so this is one of the bathrooms. We have 4 bathrooms total in the basement. And we actually have like 36 shower bathrooms total in the entire house and 40 toilet bathrooms, so you won't ever be fighting with people for a bathroom. There's another toilet bathroom there. Okay, so over here we have this door that leads to the dumpster. We actually have 2 of them, one near each kitchen. It's just because this is a really big house, so it's good to have 2. Okay. Okay, this room that has an 18 on the door is, okay, I cannot show that, is our gym. So, first of all, we don't have like gym equipment. We also have some additional bike storage over here, which is kind of nice. And then we do also have gym equipment here. There was actually a proposal recently to like get more gym equipment, so we will be getting more stuff soon. But this is our current selection so far. Yeah, so this is kind of handy because like if you don't want to like go all the way to the NCRB, then it's good that we have this here. Okay. Okay, so this is the music room. It has a passcode, but it's the same as the door code, so as long as you live here, you can get into here. Okay, so there's a bunch of instruments in here, and you can use any of them as long as they're not labeled with someone's name. So yeah, we have like drums back here and some other things and some other things. You can tell I know a lot about music. Yeah, but there are 2 like things about using this room that are a little interesting. So first of all, we have suites upstairs where people live, so like you can't like use this at certain hours of the night, which are like whatever quiet hours those suites set. And another interesting thing is we have this whiteboard on the door. Oh gosh. So if you want to like pick certain times that you want to use it, you can write that down on the board, and then the music room will be like claimed by you during that time. And yeah, you don't have to have a reservation to use it. It's just like if you want it at a particular time and you want to make sure you can use it during that time and have it to yourself, that's good to have that reservation. But otherwise it is first come, first serve, and anyone can just use it. Okay. This over here is the trunk room. There's a passcode to get in. Oh, fuck. There's a passcode to get in that all the officers know. And also, I think some of the other people who do like the trunk room chores, like there's someone who cleans and sorts the trunk room as her chore. But there's basically a bunch of stuff in here. And it's basically just if you have something that doesn't fit in your room, or just something you don't want to keep in your room all the time because you don't need it all the time, then you can put it in here. You just have to get an officer to let you in, and they have to watch you when you're putting anything in here or taking anything out, just to like make sure. That's just how we like make it secure. And yeah, you do have to label everything you put in here with your name just so people know it's yours. And it does seem to be like sorted by sections right now. I'm not 100% sure on how those sections work, so yeah, but there are definitely people you can ask if you are here. Yeah. Okay. So this is the laundry room. We have a few things. So we have all of these washers. There's like 5, I think. And then a bunch of dryers. And we also have this table over here, so if someone's stuff is in the washer or dryer for too long, you can put out some paper towels and then put their stuff on. I also like to use gloves when I do it, just to like be respectful of people's clothes. But yeah, we also have a bunch of detergent here, so you never really have to buy your own. And we also have this vending machine, which is really cool. It's run by one of our housemates. I'm not saying people's names in this video, but I usually do when I'm giving tours in real life. I just don't know if I want to put all of it out on the internet. I don't know. But yeah, it's run by one of our housemates. And she kind of just does it as a volunteer thing. It doesn't like count for her chore. She doesn't earn money from it. All the money just goes back to like the house for parties, because we can't like legally buy alcohol using house funds. So this is a little bit of a thing we do. So yeah, if you buy any drinks from the vending machine, you are supporting Escher alcoholism, which is always a good cause. And over here we have this clothesline. You can dry your clothes on here, obviously. We also have this guff shelf over here. So basically guff is like when something is, I already said the word without defining it earlier. Guff is when something is like something you don't want, and you want, like, you're okay with anyone else taking it. So this shelf is just like anything you don't want anymore that you want other people to be able to take. And you can also put things on here that you don't want. And then we have this ironing board here, and there's an iron on that wall over there. And then over here we have this lost and found, which is not the same as the guff shelf. These are things people probably want to have back. And back here we have a bunch of brooms and mops, which is where I got the DIY selfie stick for this video. Okay. Oh yeah, and in general, this is enough washers and dryers for the amount of people we have. Sometimes you do have to wait a little bit, but like, because we have the whole table system for like putting people's stuff on there if they're taking too long, it usually works out fine. I've never really had that much trouble doing laundry in a timely manner. The only time it's really busy is like weekends, really, and some evenings. Okay. This is the dark room. It's not used for photography though, so it's kind of a clickbait name. It used to be used for photography, but now it's just used for sorting the recycling stuff. So the sustainability team is in charge of that. Okay. Over here we have the workshop. Basically the maintenance team has access to this room, and they can also let people in once in a while if they need to use something, so you just have to ask them. They won't say yes to like every single request, obviously. It's like at their discretion, but if you want a certain tool for a project, you can ask them about it. And then over here we have another door to the outside. This actually leads to our back parking lot. Wow. But yeah, this is the big dumpster. You can't actually put your personal trash in it. But yeah. Okay. Over here we have this ice machine. Basically, you can get ice out of it. So you have to use a glove and a scoop, and you can use this to fill your water bottle or anything like that. And kitchen shifts also use it for getting ice. Okay, so this is our furniture room. It's a blue room with a blue door with the number 8 on it. So, oh, someone organized this recently. There's a lot more space in here now. Okay, so this is where all the furniture from a room goes. So this is like all the like default furniture we have in every room. And this is just a bunch of extras. You can like take these and put them in your room, or you can put the ones in your room in here, as long as you move it back to where it was originally when you move out. So this is useful to show, just because it's good to know we have this, but also because there's no vacant rooms right now that aren't doubles, so I can't just like show someone's room for this. So this is good to see what furniture we have. So there's these beds. The bed frames are over here. When you get in a room, it has both of them together. And then also these bed frames got disassembled recently. They're usually like, these are together. I don't know why they're separated right now, but just pretend they're together. Okay, and then every room also has one of these dressers with 3 drawers. It has one of these plastic mats. They're kind of annoying and ugly, but you have to keep it because if you scratch your floor, you can get fined. This is a desk, and then one of these shelves is in every room as well, so this is like a metal shelf. There's also a wooden shelf in every room, but I do not see any wooden shelves in here. We're kind of short on shelves a lot of times. And then there's a wardrobe, a chair. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Yeah, that's what's in every room. Okay. If I missed something, then I don't know. I hope I didn't miss anything. Okay. Okay, this is the study room. We have a bunch of these desks for people to study at. And yeah, it's kind of just a nice place to like study with other people. It's like a little mini library, but not really a library. Okay, so we also have this little room inside of the study room. There's a bunch of books over here, and there's also a Guff computer over here that has kind of saved my life on a few occasions when my laptop just stopped working. Okay, okay, it's not turning on right now, but oh, because I didn't press the button. Okay, yeah, so we have this Guff computer here, and we also have this printer over here, which, yeah, it does also work. You can connect to it via an IP address you type in on your computer, or you can connect to it directly from the study room computer. But yeah, either way, it's not very, well, a lot of people do find it hard to use, but there's always people who know how to use it and are willing to help. Like, I'm pretty good at using the printer because I print out all my homework, so I'm usually willing to help people with it if they need to, and we also have a tech team that can help. So yeah, and there's paper over here, so you don't really have to buy your own. You also don't have to pay to use this printer. It's just anyone can use it. It can't print double-sided, but that's pretty much the only issue. Oh, and it is a black and white printer. That is good to know. And then over here, we have this cap and gown give and take. So basically, if you're graduating soon, you can take one of these and then put it back after. And if you bought a gown for graduation and don't need it anymore, you can also put it in there just for people to be able to use it later. We do also have a recycling bin in here, but there's no trash can, I think. No, wait, there is a trash can now. There used to not be a trash can. Okay. Anyways. Okay. So this is the other kitchen. Basically, we have kind of more stuff in this kitchen. So first of all, there's paper towel and toilet paper in the back of here. And you can use that to like refill any like bathrooms or kitchens upstairs. And there's also a bunch of cleaning supplies on this shelf back here. So there's a small section of like cleaning supplies in the other kitchen that I kind of forgot to show. But it is like by the cereal in that kitchen. And then these are the dining tables. Yeah. We also have this whiteboard. It gets a little controversial sometimes, but other times it's just silly things. Okay. So over here we have fridges. This one is mostly dedicated to leftovers. And then this one is kind of the one that has like bread and a bunch of ready to eat things and stuff like that. And then this is our table that has the spices and condiments and also gloves. And the process for like going through the line at dinner in this room is kind of similar to the other one. So you get a tray and silverware from here. And then the line is over here. That's where the bowls are, and that's where you get your salad. And then over here there will be plates, and that's where you get your entree. And then the dessert is at this table. And then you get a drink from over here. We also have the Save Meal cards. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong side. We have the Save Meal cards on this wall over here. And then back here we have cereals, just like we do in the other kitchen. There's a toaster that's specifically for like gluten-free people, because we have a few of those. And then we also have a microwave over here. And this is the 2 coffee machines and also the espresso machine. I'm trying to find the non-gluten-free toasters. Oh, non-gluten-free toasters are over here. Oh, and this table has fruit and sometimes avocados and stuff on it. We also have another table in the other kitchen that has the same things, but I think I forgot to show it. Oh, wait, there's one other thing I forgot about. Okay, so both kitchens also have this. This is just where all the dirty dishes go. You just soak them into these things and they're all sorted. And then the kitchen shifts will wash it. Okay, so that's the mop closet That's where you go if you need to use a mop for a kitchen shift or cleaning a kitchen, like a suite kitchen or a bathroom or anything like that. And then this is another basement bathroom. This is another basement bathroom, and those are all 4 of the basement bathrooms. This is the other dumpster door. So I said we have 2 because this is a big house. So there was one over there by the other kitchen. There's also one by this kitchen. Okay, now this is our rec room. This is basically where we have all of our parties and stuff. So the 2 big parties we have every semester, which are Escher Fest and Work Holiday Party, they both take place in here. And also there's like an outdoor component and the bonfire pit if it's warm enough. So we also have our officer meetings in here, and people also play D&D in here. People also have their own smaller parties or gatherings. There's basically a bunch of stuff. So this is the ping pong table. Back here we have a projector and a sound system, and it goes onto this white wall so you can watch movies in here. And yeah, there's tables, couches. These get rearranged all the time to different setups. I think it's arranged this way for D&D. So and then there's a piano over here. There's a foosball table. Okay. And then over here, wait, let me turn on the lights. Okay, I guess the lights are not very bright right now. So we have a foosball table. We also have this stripper pole over here, and this is kind of cool. There's a little captive audience up there. I make this joke every tour, and it is not funny anymore, to me at least. I like kind of cringe a little when I say it, but okay. This is the pool room, sorry. That's the pool table. There's a bunch of like sticks and stuff, and then yeah. And this rec room actually has 3 doors. There's 2 doors over in this big area, and there's also a door that lets you out from the pool room. So just to show that, because I think it's kind of cool. Wow. Okay. Okay, so we're kind of almost done with the basement here. This is the office, and then over here we have the yard storage room, which is basically a bunch of like outdoor things. I think we have some like sleds and stuff in here too. I never actually go inside. Wait. Yeah, we have a bunch of like stuff. So if you need to borrow things, this is useful. So you don't have to buy something that you might not use super often. It's mostly like outdoor sports equipment types of things. Okay. So over here we have the other basement exit. This is the Okeefe exit. And this is useful to show over here. You can see back there. Actually, I'll just walk over. Okay. Over here we have this outdoor smoking area. Wait, I'm trying to make sure the camera is right. Yeah, so we have this outdoor smoking area. People can go here to like smoke together, mostly like weed and stuff. And it's kind of useful because some people are like, have like health issues and are like sensitive to the smell and stuff. And it's also useful because then people who like want to smoke weed and also socialize with their friends, it kind of is a good place for that. So yeah, that's our smoking table. Oh, I forgot Mound. Okay, so I remember this was like super confusing to me when I was first moving in, because they said to like go on the mound, and I was like, what's the mound? So there's this path that leads up to like this center area, right? And basically like, yeah, and this area of grass that is kind of raised is called the mound. So we have a bunch of chairs and tables here. We also have a bonfire pit, so that's the mound. Okay, now we're done with the basement part of the tour, so I'm going to show one suite, because I also always do that every tour, just to give people an example of what a suite is like and how suites are organized. So we're going to this suite. So this is Russell. So each suite has a little porch like this with stairs, as you can see. So yeah, there's a little mailbox out there. I'm lazy. Okay, there's a mailbox over here. And basically, any small packages you have might end up there. Larger packages will be directly on the porch over here. So yeah. And then you can also ask people to take your packages inside if you're like worried if it's like raining or cold or something and something you have can't get wet or get too cold. Yeah. So over here we have our mailboxes. So all the suite mail is sorted and put into those mailboxes. So you don't have to check the outdoor mailbox for your actual mail. Yeah, that was it. Okay, so each suite has a kitchen on the first floor. So this is the Russell kitchen. Technically these are legally considered kitchenettes or something. I don't know. But yeah, each one has one of these tables for eating, at least one table. They're all different. All the suite kitchens look different. They all have personality. I like them. So each suite kitchen has a stove and an oven. One of these rotating spice rack thingies. A sink, a microwave. We have a toaster, but not everyone has a toaster. We're just special. And there's also a bunch of like pots and pans you can use for cooking there. Some of them are up here, but there's also more down here. So yeah, you don't have to have your own pots and pans unless you want to. I have my own just because they're non-stick and a lot of the non-stick ones here are scratched, but yeah, that's really the only reason. You only need to have your own pots and pans if you want to. But the thing is, if you do have your own, it's good to keep them in your room because otherwise if you leave them here, they're kind of assumed to be guff. So we also have a bunch of like Tupperwares and dishes and things here. We also have utensils. So yeah, these are all like anyone can use them. And then every kitchen also has a guff shelf and a non-guff shelf. So this is the non-guff shelf. This is where people put their personal pantry goods. And then this is the guff shelf. So that's where like you put like any pantry goods you don't like want or you're okay with anyone else eating if you have too much of it or something. So yeah. And then, oh my gosh. Over here we have the fridge. So this is the freezer. This is the fridge. That happens every time. So you aren't allowed to like store your own personal food items in the basement fridges, so you can only put them in these suite kitchen fridges. You do have to label all your stuff. I forgot to say, anything you put on the non-guff shelf you have to label. All this stuff though, you especially have to label it with your name and also the expiration date so people know when it's okay to throw it out. So yeah, basically. If you want to guff something, you should also put the expiration date, but you just write guff on it or just don't write your name, and then people know that they can have it. And fridge clean person knows when they can throw it out. Speaking of fridge clean, these are our suite chores. So each suite has their own set of chores and everyone has to do one per week. It's supposed to take like about an hour, but it takes more like 30 minutes. So yeah. Okay, and this is just to show the size of a suite because it's a little bit hard to understand what it means. So that door back there, not this door that's right up here, that door back there, that's one end of Russell. And then go all the way to here. This door is the other end of Russell. This is where it becomes Valhalla. So yeah, and you can also see at every door that like connects one suite to the other, there's 2 bathrooms on each side of the door. So this suite has 2 bathrooms over here. This suite also has 2 bathrooms over here. And one of them is always a shower room. Okay, yeah, shower room. This is not very easy to show. So it has a shower and a sink, basically. And the other one, oh my gosh, this is such a good setup. I feel like I'm doing like a 3-point turn while driving. Okay, this is the toilet room. So it has a toilet and a sink. Okay. This one's special. It also has a bidet. but we don't usually have things. So yeah, basically if you do the math, there's 2 of these near this door, 2 of these near that other door that connects to the other suite. And then there's 2 floors. So basically there's gonna be 8 bathrooms in every single suite. 4 toilet ones and 4 shower ones. Okay, now we're going up upstairs. So in each stairwell, there's different things. Some of them have plants, some of them don't. Some of them have more live plants than others. Okay, so we're now upstairs. My phone kind of ran out of storage for a sec, but we're back. Okay, so this is the lounge. It's directly above the kitchen. So each suite has a lounge on the 2nd floor and a kitchen on the 1st floor. The windows are open. Okay, so each lounge has a bunch of these couches and stuff, and there's also a TV. So yeah, and there's also some miscellaneous things, like we have some like controllers and stuff, and each one usually also has a mini fridge that people put like drinks and stuff in. I think ours is non-functional though, but most of them do work. So yeah, people like to like hang out and like play board games or watch things with people in the lounges. Some people also study in the lounges, so yeah, it's kind of useful. We have like 9 of these because we have 9 suites. And as I said before, there's like 8 bathrooms in each suite. So yeah, 2 bathrooms over here, and then 2 bathrooms over here. So I used to tell everyone about the grand tour when I first started giving tours, but then I stopped doing it to be more professional. But this might be my last tour, so because people are not requesting tours as often now. It's like close to the end of the year. That's why I'm making this. So we have this thing called grand tour where you try to like pee in all 40 bathrooms that have a toilet in them. So basically that was made like a few years before I got here, and then someone got the idea to speed run it. I usually tell people who it is, but this is going on the internet, so I don't think I'll say people's names. But this one person speed ran it in 3 days, and then when I got here I was like, 3 days, I can do better than that. So I did it in 28 hours. So grand tour champion. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if I want to show my room. Okay, I usually show my room at the end of the tour, but I might cut this out if I decide I'm not comfortable putting it in. But this is just to show people the size of a small single, because you kind of don't have vacant rooms to actually show it. So you can also see all the furniture that's in it. So that's kind of how big a small single is. Fuck, there's a stupid little bug in here. Well, I'll have to take care of that later. But yeah, this is the size of a small single. You can see there's a dresser here. There's a bed here. Over here, there's, sorry, I meant wardrobe, not dresser. But there's a dresser over here. And on the other side of my bed, there's one of those metal shelves. And then there's a wooden shelf over here. And there's a desk and a chair. This shelf is not supposed to be here. It's actually broken, but I'm borrowing it for sample prep for my materials lab class, but no one needs to know that. Okay. Well, note to self, I gotta kill that bug later, but there is a bug in here. So yeah, small singles are not the most like spacious or roomy thing, but I feel like it's like pretty okay for my needs. But a lot of people do find the large single worth it, but I don't have a vacant one to show. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of it. I usually, at the end of a tour, I'll sit down in the lounge with the people I'm giving a tour to and ask them I ask them for all of their questions. Because a lot of times people have like their own specific concerns and questions that aren't really covered just by like the stuff I show in the tour. So it's really good to have that. That actually takes a bit of time, but I feel like it's very, very worth it because like, I don't know, it's much faster than like if they sent you like a bunch of individual emails, right? And I also think it's just like nice to get people's specific concerns addressed. So that is another thing I do at the end, but obviously there's no imaginary person here to ask me questions, but that is usually how a tour ends. but yeah. Now I have to actually do homework. Okay, I have to mention, this is just good to mention, a very frequently asked question is how chores work, so I will answer that here, just because it is also a very important thing to mention in the tour. So yeah, usually I either like randomly talk about it during it or someone asks it at the end. So first of all, you have 3 hours of house chores, so that's either kitchen chores, grounds, maintenance, basement clean, being an officer, mail. There's a bunch of smaller miscellaneous ones. I might also be missing something, I don't know, but yeah, so that's like your 3 hours of house chores. So that's at the same time every week if you have a kitchen shift. So like you'll either have like cook shift 3 to 6, clean shift 7 to 10. Lunch prep happens twice a week instead of every day, and it's 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. There's also chef helper twice a week instead of every day. It's 12 noon to 3 p.m. and I think that's it for kitchen shifts. And then everything else is kind of a bit more like not at specific set times, I think. But like a lot of them you still have to coordinate with other people, and some of them are like semi-set times. Like if you're like a VP and you run a house meeting every week, that's like a set time, but then like your other duties are not at a set time. So like yeah, basically that. And then you have your 1 hour of your sweet chore, which is more like 30 minutes in my opinion per week. And then you have bathroom clean, that's like 3 to 5 times per semester, depending on how many people live in your hall. The more people living in your hall, the less times you'll have to clean the bathroom. But at the same time, if you have less people living in your hall, your bathroom will probably get less dirty. So it kind of works. I don't know. Not really, because you still have to do the same tasks. So yeah, living in a hall that has a double is kind of nice because you have to clean the bathroom less. But that's basically it. I think that's like the most important FAQ. But there's a lot of other ones. Like people also ask me why I like living here. So I was actually only gonna live here for like 1 year. I was using it as like a kind of a little transition between like dorm life freshman year to like living in an apartment, but I actually decided to stay because I do really like the community. I still live in apartments during the summer, like I did it last summer. I'm gonna do it this summer, but I like coming back here during the school year because I do really like the people. Oh, I forgot. This is more for like the people who are watching this to know what to do during a tour. The last thing I do at the very end is I tell people if other questions come up, they can email me, because like some people might forget that they didn't ask something during the thing and then it comes up later. So I always tell people that's an option. So yeah, that's basically it. I think I covered everything I meant to cover, but yeah.